Well, hello, and welcome to After the Show. I'm your host, Crystal Vilkaitis, and I hope you listened to Bob Nagan's episode this week. Bob is with Whiz Bang Training. You probably know him. There's a solid chance if you're in my world, you're probably in his world. And that's because we've worked together all of these years. And that's actually where I'd like to focus today's episode on. Bob, if you know Bob, you know he has been in this industry helping independent retailers for so long that in this episode, it was like he's firing away this amazing tip. Like it was so rich. We covered so much. So you just need to go and listen to that episode. You might even listen a couple of times. And instead of picking one specific thing from the episode and going deeper, as I was thinking about this episode and just Bob, like we've worked together since the very beginning. And there's a great value add, I think, that I can give on the podcast today about the importance of collaboration and mentorship and working together and really having that abundance mindset that we're here to help each other versus tear each other down or living in fear and scarcity. And that is so not Bob. If you've ever met Bob, he is so expansive and abundant and just giving. And I want to take you back to September of 2012 when I started Crystal Media. And if you're new here, my company used to be called Crystal Media. I changed the name to Rooted in Retail the end of 2024. And so I launched my company and I had known Bob and Susan and worked with Whiz Bang because I was at Snap Retail before I started this company. And so when I was at Snap Retail, we would go to the Retail Success Summit and we would do a table and I would speak. And so I already had that relationship with them. And when I went out on my own, of course, I emailed everybody that I ever worked with, every place I ever spoke at, any client I ever met, retailer, vendor, manufacturer, rep, like all the people. And have stayed in contact with all those people to this day. This is something I really love, especially about the gift and home industry, is that we're just so connected. And I remember it was probably like a month or two after I launched. So like October, November of 2012, I emailed Bob and I was just like, Bob, I have some questions. Is there any way that we could jump on a call? And immediately he responded. We got on a phone. And I was like, I don't know what to price my products. Like I had a membership that I was rolling out and he helped me price it. I was like, how do you get speaking gigs? I don't know. Like, who do you talk to? Where do you go? He's like, here's all the places I've ever spoke. Here's how we did at those shows. If you need intros, let me know. He also showed me like how he prices his speaking. And I was just like, blown away by how much he gave me. And Bob really helped set me up for success in my business. And I'm forever grateful because to have that kind of support early was a game changer for me. Like I was able to build a profitable business from year one. And Bob has invited me back to speak at the Retail Success Summit year over year. I've spoke there, I think, for 13 years. And, we've just worked together all these years. And when I have some thoughts, even recently, just last year, I was kind of questioning some things and I reached out to Bob, like, what do you think? Just to get his advice. And he's been such a mentor to me. And the thing is that why I want to talk about this on the show is I just think that we can really learn some things from Bob, because I think that it can really support our businesses. Obviously, Bob and I do different things, but we help the same person. And if that person has limited dollars, then they're choosing, am I going to spend it with Bob or somebody else or with me? Right. And so we don't worry about that. We help each other. I'll go on his lives, his stage. He'll come on my podcast. He's speaking at Evolve. Like we help support each other because we're not worried. I'm not going to have Bob on the podcast because retailers might buy with him versus with me. That's such a scarcity mindset. And I talk to retailers, and I talked about this on the show before. Retailers who have so much fear about posting what they sell on their social media because the store down the street might see what they're posting. So what they do instead is they hide from their customers. So their competitor, and I'm using quotes if you're not watching this, their competitor doesn't see what they sell. That's just silly in my opinion. And that is kind of the scarcity mindset. You don't want to be hiding. You want to connect with your customers. And we want to really have that abundant mindset. Like if the people that see your stuff and love you, they're going to shop with you. And if the other store starts selling stuff, well, maybe they just like that other store better, but you guys could absolutely work together. And that's why I say competitors in quotes, is that I just think retailers can really collaborate. March 12th is when we stop selling tickets to Evolve. Here is what you're going to get when you go to this conference. You're going to learn how to become a destination business where people are seeking you out and driving maybe even a couple of hours to come see you. You're going to learn how to work less and make more. We have several topics on this. This is about systems. It's about structure. It's about what's working today. You're going to hear from a very successful retailer who has figured this out. You're going to learn how to get customers to come in more often. This is a challenge, getting people to come in again and again and again versus just one time. We're going to teach you how to grow loyalty. You're also going to learn how to grow your online visibility. And this is so important, whether you're an in-person brick and mortar store or online or both. There are so many things you can do to really grow. And I want this to be your year where you're really standing out online and people are easily finding you. I have had multiple retailers say that this event is life-changing. This is a business conference, but it can absolutely have such a big impact on your life and your team. This could be the difference between having an okay year or maybe kind of a down year to having an exceptional year. I want this to be your best year ever. And the sessions that we have Evolve is going to help get you there. Some logistics in your ticket price. It includes 3 nights stay at the beautiful Gaylord Rockies where the event is held. You also are getting the replays to all the sessions as well. You'll get those sent with you so you and your team could go and revisit those as well. You get networking time with the speakers, time with me. This is the event of the year that you do not want to miss. So go to rootedinretail.com/evolve. Use the code ROOTED to save some money on your ticket just by being a listener and make the investment in yourself and in your business. It's too important not to miss this. All right, I'll see you in the room. I think there's so many opportunities that if you look at other businesses, these could be other retailers or local businesses or other e-com that do have your same customer. So they're spending their dollars with the same, that customer is spending their dollars with you or with another business, but it's the same person. There's so much opportunity for you to partner, collaborate to help that person. When I do this show, I want to bring on the most helpful people to you, the listener. And if that means that I'm bringing on somebody that also sells to retailers, then I'm doing it because my most important thing is serving our retailers. So when you're thinking about your customers, how can you really create an amazing experience for them and really serve them? And you might be able to do even better things with other retailers in your town or online. And, you might not, I'll never forget. I think I've shared this on the podcast before too. I was in Carlsbad, California, and I was shopping and I was looking for some shoes and the retailer had some options, but not the best. So they're like, go down to this store. It's just at the corner of, these streets. I forget the street names. And tell them I said, hi, like they sent me somewhere else because they knew they couldn't help me. They had some shoes there. I wasn't really loving them. They're like, let me send you somewhere else. Like if I can't serve you, I want to be able to still help you. That doesn't mean that you're necessarily buying here. I went back to that store time and time again because they were helpful to me. Maybe I didn't buy that day when I was looking for shoes, but I came back. So I just want us to really move into this expansive, abundant, helpful mindset. And the other side of this is I don't want you to be afraid to reach out to people and ask for help. When I was starting my business, like I said, I reached out to Bob and I'm like, how do I price things? Like, I was young. I was like 24, 25, I think, when I started my business, or maybe I was 20, 26, 27. And that really helped me because you're young and naive and you like don't care about looking stupid. You just like get out there and you do it. I was hungry and driven and thankfully people were just really supportive. But like if you are struggling with how you should price products, what is the best thing for me? What software are you guys using? Like right now, I'm changing our email platform and our CRM, and man, it's a lot of work. I've reached out to a lot of people that I trust, asking like, what do you use and what do you pay and what do you like about it? And some of these people could also be considered competitors. They're happy to share with me. We can't do life alone. We can't do retail alone, nor should we. Two heads are better than one, really supporting each other. It's all about the community. And so that's where I really wanted to focus today's After the Show on, is to really encourage you to reach out for help. Ask for mentorship. Ask, if there's somebody in your town that you really look up to, a retailer who's really doing amazing things, ask them. Like maybe they're really great on Facebook Lives. You could show up and say, hey, I have a question. Like you do so good on Facebook Lives and I'm terrified. Were you always good? Did you struggle at the beginning? Did you take a course that helped you? Like, do you mind sharing how you pushed through this? Or like, did you ever have the fear? Like, just be honest, be you, ask questions. Often, probably majority, 99 out of 100 times, the person's going to really want to help you. And it just then builds an amazing relationship. And honestly, Bob has really helped build my business. He's endorsed us. He's put me on his stage. They send emails for us. And I am just so grateful for the retailers they've sent our way, for the opportunities he's given me, for the mentorship he's given me. But it never would have happened if I didn't ask. And so you have to ask. Don't be too proud. Don't let the ego get in the way. Ask and just, man, it will help fast track. It will help save you a lot of headache and it will probably strengthen the relationship with that person. I really, really encourage you to do that. So have the abundant mindset, work with people, collaborate. I kind of think about this as like your wolf pack. Yeah, I am the wolf of Main Street. My last name, Velkaitis, means wolf. And who's in your wolf pack? Like Bob's totally in my wolf pack. Build that amazing wolf pack to support your business so you don't have to do it alone and saving you just some time and hassle. I hope you take action on this today. And if you ever need anything, you can always reach out to me. And I hope to see you at Evolve. You know that Bob is going to be speaking there. We are closing cart very soon. And this is going to be, like, spoiler alert, I think this is the first time I'm saying this on the podcast. This is going to be our last Evolve. So it's going to be good. Our speaker lineup is fire. I am so excited for this. So be in the room, get inspired, meet the people, ask for help. The people that are in that room, you want to be asking those people for help. They are there to support you. They would be happy to do so. Same with me. Thank you for listening to this show. It means the world. Have a great week ahead. I'm rooting for your success. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Rooted in Retail. It means the world to me. A big favor, if you're loving the show, if you could go and leave a review. If you are an Apple listener, you can also leave a comment on Spotify if you listen that way, but that would mean the world to me. And if you're loving these conversations and you want to go deeper, then consider joining us in the mastermind. That's where you can have conversations with me, other community members, as well as speakers and guests that you've seen on this show. So go to rootedinretail.com/mastermind to learn more.